For the first time since 2020, the Los Angeles Lakers are finally a top 6 seed in the West, avoiding the play-in for the first time in 5 years, and are a 50-win team for the first time in 5 years since COVID. Also a 3 seed in the stacked Western Conference, it is a recipe for a deep playoff run. What's even crazier, the Lakers fell into a perfect position in this year's playoffs, avoiding the Denver Nuggets and the Oklahoma City Thunder until the conference finals. Because the Lakers are in the Western Conference, there is no shortcuts, because they find themselves playing up against the Minnesota Timberwolves in round 1 of this year's playoffs. Just one game difference, Minnesota Timberwolves winning 49 games is going to be one of the greater series in this year's playoffs. The Lakers have won 7 of the last 10 games, being one of those wins against the best defensive team in the league and the best team in the league in Oklahoma, beating them by 20 plus points. LeBron and Luka flipping the switch and JJ Redick putting the strings, you could feel the urgency that they wanted the 3 seed, not the 4, not the 5. The 3 seed gave them the bracket that they dreamed of, avoiding Denver, who's had the Lakers number over the last couple of years, and avoiding the Oklahoma City Thunder, like I said, the best team in the league and one of the greatest teams to ever been assembled. But don't get it twisted, Minnesota Timberwolves are not a walk in the park, because they were the 3rd best team in the conference last year seeding wise and made it to the conference finals. And they got a young superstar in Anthony Edwards, who is not willing to back down against older talents like we saw last year when he swept his idol Kevin Durant. Anthony Edwards is one of the greatest players in this league this year. We saw him last year against Denver, he didn't shy away from big moments and he's only gotten better. Anthony Edwards has taken major steps and growth this year as an NBA player and even led the league in 3-point mades this season, being a main focal point of his offense. The problem is the Lakers don't have the best perimeter defenders in their starting lineup, because right now it would be LeBron James and Rui Hachimura as their best perimeter defenders on Anthony Edwards in the starting lineup. LeBron still has IQ and strength, but he lacks some motor at times on the defensive end, tends to take plays off, and loses his man from time to time. Over the last couple months, he has improved. And Rui Hachimura has really shown some flashes as a great defender, but also lacks motors at times and tends to sag off his guy and loses guys on backdoor cuts. A lot of the Lakers' problem stems on energy and motor on game-to-game basis is really different. The problem is the Lakers cannot guard Anthony Edwards one-on-one, because in doing so that allows him to find the matchups he wants at an easier pace. And it could really be just be free hits from Minnesota if you're allowing Anthony Edwards to play one-on-one. In the way the Lakers have been playing defense all year long, we all know that won't be the case. But the real defensive strength of the Los Angeles Lakers relies on their bench, because Dorian Finney-Smith and Jared Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent. Vanderbilt is essentially the glue guy of the team. The guy who can guard 1 through 4, can fly around the court, going up and down around screens, being able to rotate perfectly, get passing lane steals and efficient rate, rebounds, and trash talk while doing it. And we know that him and Anthony Edwards have a little built-up beat from last year. But the problem with Jared Vanderbilt is that his offense is really rough at times, like unplayable rough. In the tight half-court sets, it's really rough. He shoots 28% from 3 and gives absolutely zero gravity on the court. Teams don't even like looking at him on the offensive end, as if he does not exist. It is really bad for Jared Vanderbilt on the offensive end. The key that JJ Redick has to figure out is staggering his minutes so he's always surrounded by shooters and he's not clogging up spacing. Redick's been smart about it lately though, using him like a Swiss Army knife, keeping him around the 15 to 20 minutes per game, just having him come in for a couple minutes, be the high explosive guy when the team needs it, and pull him back out when the offense gets really rough. But let's not overlook the paint though. Even though the Lakers dodged Jokic and Chet until later rounds, Minnesota still has a somewhat massive problem in Rudy Gobert. Yeah, I know people love to clown Gobert for his offensive game, the missed hooks, the awkward post-ups, the butterfinger hands, but defensively he's still elite, and this year his offensive trust is at an all-time high, because as of late, I don't know, maybe it's month of March curse in the NBA where everyone seems to go off. Rudy Gobert has looked good in this month of March. He's catching lobs, finishing better in traffic, making quicker reads. His screen and roll chemistry with Anthony Edwards has been quietly dangerous this season, and let's be real, the Lakers don't have the size outside of Jackson Hayes, and the Lakers don't really have a 7-footer outside of Hayes also. If Gobert is dominating the glass and clogging up the paint, it could also disrupt Luka and LeBron coming downhill too, because then again, we're talking about a 7'1", 4-time defensive player of the year, probably going to make All-NBA second team in defense this year, in Rudy Gobert. Even though this season he hasn't been as great defensively, it is still Rudy Gobert, and there's some type of respect there comes to the painted area. But offensively, Luka's been the engine. He's the guy who can slow the game down and hunt the mismatch, and that's the problem with Gobert. Even though he has improved throughout years, he still isn't good on the switch, as we saw last year in the Western Conference Finals, when Luka essentially picked him apart when games got close. Gobert can't guard in space, never have and never could. The worst part about Rudy Gobert is that for the first parts of his career in the playoffs, he had to match up against a prime James Harden, and now in the later years of his career, he's matching up with a prime Luka Doncic. This man cannot catch a break, and he still can't defend in space. And Luka can get a bucket anytime he needs to, and the Lakers' offense is looking stagnant. His patience and his IQ is otherworldly. In the NBA today, there isn't many players that could play the game like how Luka breaks down the game. There's been times this season where Luka's patience made the offense a little stagnant. He will lock into matchups even though if it's not working and force it. Like for example, the Celtics game last month, Luka was trying to hunt down Al Horford, but he couldn't get by him. It was bad. The entire game, Luka looked a step too slow on a 38-year-old Al Horford. But since then, it looks like Luka has really found his step and still has found his quick first step yet again. Going basically back-to-back 40-point games against Dallas, which was more of a revenge game, a little emotional. He had 45. And against no one was playing for the Rockets, but he still had 39 points. His shot creation looks crispier. He is reading double teams quicker, and more importantly, his quick first step is back. Luka's aggressive and unselfish, the offense becomes terrifying. And now the wild card. Most underrated player in the league in my opinion. Outside of Laker fans, no one really gives him that much credit. In Austin fucking Reaves, man. He isn't just no role player anymore. He is a legit third option on a title contending team. His season averages this year are 20.2 points per game, 5.8 assists, 4.5 rebounds, 38% from 3, and he's shooting 46% overall. And Reaves is a first option this season. When the last times you saw it, he dropped 45, 7 and 7 on the Indiana Pacers as a primary option. That is a player who knows how to cook, create, and kill mismatches, just like some of the most elite guards in this league. And here's the kicker. The Reaves will always be guarded by the opposing team's third best perimeter defender, and most teams don't have 3 great perimeter defenders. Problem in this Minnesota series is that most likely Jaden McDaniels will be on Luka, Julius Randle will be on LeBron to match in size, but then Austin Reaves will have Anthony Edwards guarding him, which is no tall task. Anthony Edwards is a great defensive player, but if Reaves can manage to tire him out on defense, his offense probably won't hold up as much. But let's give it up to the man behind the curtain, the man pulling all the strings, the man who's asked to adjust to situation after situation, in JJ Redick, man. And for a first-year head coach, the rookie head coach, the man that was doubted all season long and all offseason, the man who exceeded all expectations, the man who really put the shape on the Darvin Ham expectations, outperformed everyone's expectations, even my own. Even though we all knew that you could put a baby into the coaching seat and he would have been better than Darvin Ham, he completely redefined the Lakers team identity mid-season. When AD got traded, the whole offensive plan had to change. No more post-heavy sets, no more pick and rolls through big men. Redick shifted to more isolation-heavy and mismatch hunting basketball to fit into Luka's playstyle, and it worked beautifully. He empowered Luka, he let Reaves cook, and he staggered minutes to maximize spacing on the defensive end. He somehow got LeBron James to play the best defense he ever played since the 2020 season. We haven't seen Bron fly around the court on the defensive end since that one homeless guy dove into his ankle back in 2021. You guys know who I'm talking about. The Lakers team is battle-tested. They're smart. They got the superstar talent, elite coaching, and momentum. And when you got LeBron and Luka in a 7-game series, it's hard to really count them out. And I think a lot of people this season has really doubted LeBron James as a superstar player in this league. Even though he has been up and down throughout the season, but we saw that his peaks, he is still a top 10 player in this league. And even at his lows, he is still a all-star caliber player. But you add that to Luka Doncic, one of the best passers and playmakers in NBA history, with his ability to read double teams. Now, if you double off Luka, you have to worry about LeBron and his backdoor cuts, or LeBron being a catch-and-shoot player who's shooting 42% on catch-and-shoots this year, and Austin Reaves being a 40% three-point shooter. It is hard to guard and contain, especially in the offensive end. When LeBron and Luka are in that two-man game, it's better that it's hard to double off, because outside of LeBron and Reaves, the Lakers still got a multiple 40% three-point shooters on the season, and DFS, Rui Hachimura, and Gabe Vincent. Don't forget about the rookie on that bench and Dalton Connect. The Lakers have the shooters, they have the lob threat, and Jackson Hayes. The Lakers are going to be tough to beat in a 7-game series. That is why I'm going to take the Lakers in 6 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. It is going to be a dogfight, but the Lakers are coming, and the rest of the West better be ready. The Lakers figured this out before the Western Conference Finals, and the only person standing in their path is the Oklahoma State Thunder. Shit can get real scary really quickly. And let me know what you guys think about the Los Angeles Lakers in the comments down below. Do you think the Lakers can make a deep postseason run, or do you think they should just let Laker delusion getting in the way of what's actually going to happen? Let me know in the comments down below, and as always guys, go hard on them dudes. Salute!